Here. Okay, now zoom around. Okay, we're calling a Homevestor guy. This is a house they got for sale. Homevestor.
Hello.
Yeah, this is Jimmy Reed. I'm an investor here in Fort Worth, and noticed a house you have over here, 3937 in Arlington Heights, over on Lovell. Could be Locke, or I'm sorry, it might be Locke Street.
It's Locke.
What are you asking on that?
We're asking 53.
So you're going for retail with a homeowner then?
Well, it's not actually retail because comps, I don't have my stuff in front of me, but after it's refurbished, it seems like the comps were right around 90. So it's not.
Have you done very many in this area? I've been doing this area here for about 23 years. I'm just kind of curious because it looks like, to me, it looks like it's about a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, asbestos siding house. And I just picked one up a few blocks over that's 2-bedroom, 1-bath with a converted garage for 15 grand. When you go a few blocks closer to the high school, the prices jump up, but as you go over the other side, they tend to go down. I was just wondering if you had comps for that, because I would not guess that at all, fixed up.
I do have comps. It's just I can find some lower ones. They have not been totally, rehabbed and refurbished.
Right, but this one's not rehabbed either.
Oh, I realize that. But so the comps I was looking at were the way that I figure it is take the ARV and the rehab, and you take the wholesale discount off of that, and if you take out the repair cost.
Okay. Yeah, no, I know what you're doing there. Let me ask you this. For a cash price to an investor, what's the lowest you'd take all cash?
I guess the lowest that I could go would be about 48.
Okay. That won't work for me, but let me give you my phone number in case you come across a real good deal for me. I buy fast. I'm cash. I've been doing it here 23 years. My name's Jimmy Reed. And in fact, all my contact information is on my webpage, which is just jimmyreed.net. But my office number is 817-731-0120. I buy in this area. I've been buying in this area since the 80s. And I just got to buy them cheap. I don't mind you wholesaling them to me, but I wouldn't pay nowhere near even that for it. Just because what I've got to do and what I have to do to rehab them, get them back up, just like you're talking about. And I got to make sure I've got enough room in there for me to make the spread. But if you find anything that you need a quick turn, fast, give me a call on it.
Okay, do you just buy, and I've met you before, Jim, and you used to do a real estate investment club.
Yeah, I still run the real estate club in Fort Worth, and I even train for a lot of the late night guys, but my main job is pretty much buying and holding, or buying and selling owner finance. So for me, it's just not the right price. I think you might be able to sell it at that to a homeowner, especially in this area, because there's a lot of Hispanics in the area, and they might pay that. But I'm looking just for an investor deal, and typically over here, this is a very patchy area. So when I say comps, I got to make sure you're not north of 30 and you're not 2 blocks from the high school, because if you're north of 30, that's a whole nother ball game. I've got to have comps that are only south of 30, because north of 30 is a drastic change, even though they look identically the same. I agree with you. They look just the same, but the price changes once I go north of 30.
I did see that. So the comps I was looking at were south of 30.
Okay.
They may have, I think, they may have been closer to the high school. I'll have to look at that.
Yeah, if you get closer to the high school, the first 2 blocks of Locke and Lovell, and the other street right south of it, those 3 streets, the first 2 blocks, don't ask me because I can't explain it, but they get $100,000 for them. And I don't know why, and they're brick typically, but they look real nice. But right there, that 2 blocks by the high school, they've always gotten a high price, but then everywhere else, like where we are right now, I've always picked them up a lot less, and they've always sold for a lot less.
I
But if you've got some comps and could get it done, I say do it. But just keep me in mind for anything that's a lot less in price, but again, can do it fast cash.
Is there any place in particular that you look?
I look everything pretty much. If you are at University going west, that's the areas I like, and I like to tend to stay south of I-30 until you get out to White Settlement and West Point. Now, I would go north of here where you're at right now, Arlington Heights, and go north, but they're just too much money. I owned a 22-unit apartment building just over by Camp Bowie, and I wouldn't have paid what I sold it for. But, you know, it amazed me. In fact, I found out I could have sold it even more, and I'm like, it made no sense, but that's fine. The guy from California wanted it. So, you know, and he's probably making a killing on it, doing something else with it. But I like single-family homes. I like to buy them pretty much whatever the current tax value, not even comp value, but the current tax value. I like to be at least 50% of tax value. But if it's a good deal, I can close in a few days, so that's not a problem.
Okay. Well, I do have one off from Glasgow, and right now I don't have my map with me, and I couldn't tell you for sure where that is, but it's like somewhere, it's off from I-20, and what would that be?
I-20
and east of 35, and that may be out of your area.
No, actually, I'm getting ready to drive that way. What's the address? I'll go by and take a look.
It is 1309 Glasgow.
Glasgow. I think I know where that is. It's kind of near 20 and James Crowley Road, but north of 20. I think. I could be wrong, but
honestly, I couldn't tell you without looking at a map. I don't want to.
How many bedrooms?
So I don't know for sure.
How many bedrooms is it?
It's a 3-bedroom, 2 baths, and one of the baths is a shower. You know, just a shower, not a.
What are you asking for it?
I'm asking $29 for it.
Do you got a lockbox on it or something where I can go look at it?
Yes, I do.
What's that number? I'll go take a look at that.
It is 1973.
1973. I tell you what, I've got your number in my phone. When I get over there, if that looks interesting to me, I'll call you back.
Okay. Okay.
And what's your name again? I'm sorry.
My name is Margie.
Margie. Okay. I thought I couldn't hear when we first answered. Margie, what's your last name? DeLauder. Okay, Margie. I'll take a look, and if that one, see, that's more of what I would think in price range for that area that we're going to be more like an investor type property. But let me know if you find any more, and if this one's interested, I'll call you and see if we can't work something out on it.
Okay.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
All right, bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Now, when you're talking to investors, always just question them, let them know right up front. This is what I do. Don't waste your time. I don't care how many showers and what it's got. Who cares? Is it a deal? The one we're looking at right now, not a deal, not for an investor. Homeowner, I could see maybe coming in its current condition, buying that. But we're going to go look at this other one because it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, I believe is what she said, and she's only asking $29. I'd rather be dealing with that one because when it comes to rent, this one's probably going to rent the same price as the other one we're looking at. And her comps, her problem is she pulled them like I showed 2 blocks back. That's too much. All right, check out our website, jimmyreed.net, and we'll see if we'll have a follow-up to this video. If we call her back, we'll call it part 2. All right, Terry, you got it.